Pursue the Escalade after the carjacking.
And we're going to the grass, through the median, back on a 270.
So hopefully everyone is out of that car and there were only 2 people inside.
We're all over the road and into the grass.
On a highway in Hilliard, police were in hot pursuit of a speeding white car trying to make its escape. Suddenly, the suspect veered off the road, crashing into the front of the police vehicle.
Northbound, and they're taking the ramp to Tuttle. We're rolling again, and we're going to the grass, through the median, back on a 270, cross the lane to travel here into the fast lane.
Back on the 270 northbound in the fast lane.
657, serve me some help from somewhere. This guy's killed somebody. He's all over all 5 lanes.
Alright, your Cam 31, are you, sir?
657, I just code 2'd it. We're stopped. We're going to need to shut the freeway down.
After both cars spun out, the white car fled the scene, leaving the damaged police car unable to continue the chase. Officers, still inside the car, quickly radioed headquarters for backup in the pursuit.
We just took it east on 107 from 2221.
In a daring attempt to evade arrest, a Sereno 13 gang member led DPS troopers on a high-speed chase through Hidalgo County. Traveling at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, the driver, identified as Ten Lachey, put countless lives at risk.
Tires off. Tires. Cool. Lost the tire. He's under the wheel.
After a tense pursuit, troopers utilized a pit maneuver to bring the vehicle to a halt. The suspect was apprehended and faces multiple charges, including human smuggling, evading arrest, and aggravated assault. 6 undocumented immigrants were found inside the vehicle and turned over to U.S. Border Patrol.
Pit.
In a high-speed chase through Hidalgo County, DPS troopers pursued a human smuggler in a Ford F-150. The driver, Julio Ivan Jimenez Vargas, an illegal immigrant and member of the Paisa gang, tried to evade capture by reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour, forcing other vehicles off the road.
Yeah, now we're up. Go to Sunbury down.
After abandoning his vehicle and fleeing into a brushy area, Vargas was quickly apprehended by DPS troopers with the assistance of their air unit.
Me estoy entregando.
Vargas is facing charges of human smuggling, aggravated assault, evading arrest, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. 7 illegal immigrants found in the vehicle were turned over to U.S. Border Patrol. A Thurston County deputy spotted a Nissan 350Z without license plates in the Rochester area. When attempting to follow, the vehicle sped up, recklessly driving through residential neighborhoods. The deputy initiated a pursuit, and the car reached speeds of up to 130 miles per hour on the highway before turning onto Sargent Road. The vehicle spun out, and the deputy successfully blocked it. When the deputy ordered the driver to show his hands, the driver responded with, "Why?" before fleeing on foot.
Show me your hands! Why? Put your hands up!
K-9 Officer Ego was called in and quickly tracked the suspect in a dense wooded area. Despite several warnings, the suspect refused to surrender, and K-9 Ego intervened, successfully apprehending him.
I see both of your hands! I don't have nothing! Help! Help! Get on your stomach! Get on your stomach! Get on your stomach!
Hands, give it to me. Ready? Yep.
Hey, I don't have nothing! Get the dog off me! I didn't do nothing! Help! I've been drugged! Help me! I have no record! I've never done anything wrong in my life!
Guardian 1 raw footage of 2 carjackings in pursuit in South King County. A white car was fleeing from police, weaving through multiple streets before stopping briefly at a gas station.
Shell station at the corner of James and Central.
Yeah, 253. Copy, set the phone to the Shell station.
Police surrounded the vehicle, but the driver quickly sped off again, continuing the escape.
And the car's taken off on him.
Yeah, we're not going to pursue it northbound Central. It's going to be Renteria, McCarthy.
At one intersection, the suspect lightly collided with 2 other cars but still managed to evade capture.
2 of them. And he's been involved in a collision at the intersection and continuing eastbound.
Copy, collision at 208 to 108, then he's continuing down.
The chase intensified when, at another intersection, the criminal abandoned the white car and hijacked a red vehicle parked on the street, driving off at high speed once more.
At South 192 and 124th, they've gotten out of the car and bailing, and look, they're trying to carjack another car, a red Ford Explorer. They're ripping the driver out. As males getting in the car, female passengers getting out and staying behind the intersection. So there's a female with our suspect in the Cadillac, stayed behind. I'm staying on the Explorer. It's been carjacked.
After tearing through more streets in the red car, the suspect ditched it again, this time stealing a blue car to continue the desperate flight.
Carjacking.
Gary 1, he's carjacking a second vehicle, fighting with the driver of a blue SUV at 140th and 192. They're fighting in the intersection. He's threw the female out of there.
Carjacking, you can pursue. Hey, now we're in front of the car now.
From above, police tracked the blue vehicle's every move as it sped through traffic, disregarding all traffic rules. The chase came to a dramatic end when the blue car rammed into another vehicle, forcing it to stop. Police quickly surrounded the scene and apprehended the suspect.
5 King 31 to Guardian 1. We have unmarked detectives come up in surveillance cars. If you can stay on him, we can latch on once we get up there.
Gary 1 just had a traffic collision at Petrovitsky and 231st. Before, still hasn't gotten out of the car. We got some county units on it.
Captain, looking for a female that ran from the Escalade.
For suspect, for officers on scene, it looks like he's moving to the passenger side, trying to get out the passenger side.
Right. It was involved in a TA. We're taking the occupants into custody and start your units that way.
On a gloomy day, several police cars pursued a black vehicle driven by a desperate criminal. Swerving through traffic in an attempt to escape, the suspect sped ahead, with police hot on his tail. The chase led to a construction zone, where the criminal, facing a dead end, crashed into a fence and abandoned the car. But there was no way out. Within short time, officers surrounded and apprehended him.
Bail out, black male, bail out.
For all units, Bravo Mike bailing out of the vehicle. You're currently at Magnolia Drive and Hemlock Street. Magnolia Drive and Hemlock.
Miller, Kenyon,
GC on I-1.
SUV.gov.
Handcuffed and placed in a police car, the suspect was swiftly questioned by authorities.
Why take seatbelt off?
I'm on arm. I can't, like, arm, it's not letting me, I can't sit right. I can't sit right with it.
You need to have your seatbelt on. You can't take that off while we're driving.
My bad, I just...
Has him, or Star 8 has him, we'll call.
He's coming past that traffic stop right now, right at the turnoff to the ski resort.
Richard Goulet, a 42-year-old Magna resident, was caught on camera recklessly endangering the lives of others. Helicopter footage shows him speeding, running red lights, and nearly striking pedestrians.
Look at that. He's getting up on I-84 here, and he will be westbound 84 most likely.
Copy, westbound 84.
Westbound Riverdale.
Copy, westbound Riverdale.
Ran the red light at the bottom of the ramp, and westbound Riverdale now.
Copy, westbound Riverdale.
After weeks of investigation, Goulet was finally apprehended and booked into the Weber County Jail on charges of failing to stop for police and operating a motorcycle without a license plate.
From left, they've already switched to regional.
We'd prefer to stay on this channel, Salt Lake. Southbound 321.
A white car weaved through traffic, attempting to evade a police chase. Suddenly, the vehicle pulled over, and the suspect surrendered before the car burst into flames. Several police cars surrounded the area, causing a traffic jam. The incident was later reported on the news.
The car slows. And this is always a dangerous situation because you don't know what's like on the freeway itself. The car is obviously over on the shoulder, but all of it being blocked by HPD right now. We're going to see how this plays out as we continue to wait the results of this. Certainly, they're not going to get out and try to run. The door is open, as you can see.
Oh, and yeah, and you have to be really careful these type of situations, of course, as you were mentioning, Don. And you can see police have to be back as far as they can, but just close enough because you don't know if this person has a weapon. And it looks like
HOV lane. Just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to stay a little bit pulled back here, so we don't want to say anything that we really don't. There's somebody, the passenger out, who's up, approaching the police.
Is that a woman?
And it's a passion backing up toward them with their hands out. There's another person that's got in the car. Now, I don't know whether that was the driver that slid over on the passenger door. We're going to find out here momentarily. That person is now in police custody. Now let's see what happens to the other person. They also are backing up. That's like a female.
A female. Yeah, two females.
Yeah.
The driver, Don, is still in the car, correct?
I don't know. This may be her. I'm not sure. I can't see. Hold it right here. Oh, the car has caught fire.
Oh, wow. This is quite a while.
Yeah. So hopefully everyone is out of that car and there were only two people inside. Because that car you see right there on the front now is on fire. And Don, we were looking at...
At any point, you'll want to use I-10 to get out west or 249.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, we are digging into this, making phone calls to HPD to try to figure out how all of this started. All we know at this point is that it started in the 43 block of Roslyn Road at West 43rd, about 410, and then into this, what you see here, two people in custody, which we believe may possibly be women from what we can see from Sky Eye. But now this vehicle is on fire, and we're just waiting to see what details come out of this, Chauncey.
All right, we want to come down to Don Armstrong, who got on this just after 410. Don?
Well, Chauncey, good news here is that the few dozen cars that were right after that exit ramp was on the rim at the time, and there was also damage to the front. Now, whether that damage occurred in the plot or earlier in the chase, not quite sure, but at any rate, knew that it wouldn't be long before this car would be disabled and they would have to stop, because without rubber on the wheel back there, you can't really steer it very well. It's like driving on ice. So thankfully, everything was over with in a very short amount of time. Out here on 290, two women in custody. They both got out of the cars without any force by the police.
A thrilling police chase involving 3 car theft suspects unfolded after they were cornered by police. Realizing they couldn't escape by car, the suspects abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot. However, their every move was captured by a drone, and the police quickly apprehended all 3 suspects. The incident occurred in Santa Clarita, leaving residents fearing for their safety.
Driver and at least one other passenger. These were young men that jumped out of that vehicle, and now the pursuit continues through the Santa Clarita Valley. Guys, this is very, very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Right, considered armed, all 3 of them, so that's a very just situation
but
there.
They have no chance to get after this. I mean, this is absolutely a dangerous pursuit that law enforcement just can't let this go. This has to come to a stop immediately. So you're going to see this entire area flooded with black and whites here within the next few minutes as he continues now through this parking lot and now coming back out the other side, back onto Valencia Boulevard. getting around that traffic. We'll widen out just a sec to see if that's the case. You can see LAPD with their airship overhead, California Highway Patrol on the ground down there, now face to face with this CHP. Oh, he's going for a run. They're both jumping out. Driver and passenger jumping out of the vehicle, running through this apartment complex. Unfortunately, only that one officer that we saw here, not sure familiar with this complex. If they live in this area, no idea, but in any event, they're running through here on private property, waiting for more deputies to arrive on scene. I'm not sure that one CHP cruiser is going to be able to catch up with them here, but they're continuing to race through these condos here in Santa Clarita. We'll see where this takes them.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Giovanna.
Just Chris Christie, this is Giovanna Lava, and alongside Mark Brown, we're joining you now. And what a wild pursuit. These guys are driving, or have been driving, so dangerously, and now we are with them running through this complex, putting the people who live here likely in danger.
Several minutes since they've lost that initial pursuing officer. Look at this, hiding in the bushes now, looking for any nook or cranny to hide out, thinking they might be able to get away with this. These are two suspects of three. One suspect jumping out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle earlier in the pursuit, and now these two looking for a hiding spot.
Can you give me some sense of the location here? We know it's Santa Clarita and it's a volatile situation. Here's the problem. If you live in this area, they've gone through backyards.
Trying to get an exact location. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, they're moving toward this pool area. It looks like a pretty big apartment complex. They're on the rear side of it now, just looking for a spot out. Unfortunately, we have to remind you, these two are believed to be armed. As run through here, they're believed to be armed grand theft auto suspects that pose
and now
a danger to this community, but apparently they see law enforcement within their line of sight here. There's the officers with their guns drawn, approaching suspects. Thankfully, appears they're finally giving up.
One LAPD, one LA County Sheriff deputy, both approaching these suspects with guns drawn. They immediately drop to the ground.
He said he's very familiar with Santa Clarita and told us that it's a bike path that runs along the wash there. But what a relief! I've been so tense watching this. It was just so dangerous. How fast that
just was careening through these streets, being pursued by the sheriffs, the Highway Patrol, and LAPD. But all three, at least two suspects in custody. We don't know the disposition of the third, who was dropped off probably about 10 minutes ago in a different location, who nearly could have gotten killed himself jumping out of that car.
He could have been very hurt, yes.
Police were in pursuit of a black car driven by a fleeing suspect. The black vehicle sped recklessly, weaving through traffic and ignoring all traffic rules. Despite the intense chase, the suspect refused to slow down. But finally, the car flipped over and came to a halt on the side of the road.
Stop.
In short time, officers moved in and quickly apprehended the suspect, bringing the dangerous chase to an end.
Last call out on 42 near the construction.
Anybody else in the vehicle?
No. Dispatch. Male in custody. 1520.
Do you have any injuries?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of? I'll turn your arm this way. Turn this one this way. Let me use your injuries.
Two criminals were arrested after a police chase in Collinsville. A white car carrying the two suspects sped recklessly, ignoring the police's close pursuit. The car raced across fields and then entered an urban area. Suddenly, at a sharp turn, the vehicle lost control and crashed into a field. The police blocked the car, but the driver still attempted to escape.
Pickup truck pulling into what looks as though an industrial area and ends up in a ditch.
Yeah. Okay, now he'll probably jump out, try to make a run for it.
Police are trying to cut him off in the front. Folks, you're looking like from Bomberito Automotive Skyfox. This is breaking news of a police pursuit in Metro East near Collinsville.
As they drove across the field, the car couldn't make it over a ditch and was forced to stop. The police quickly subdued and arrested both suspects.
As you see, the suspect bails.
Here he goes, two individuals. He's reaching inside of his vest there. One guy's got his hands up.
It looks as though this is going to end without anybody being hurt. This vehicle, once again, was being pursued because they fled several traffic stops. You have police on the scene taking the two suspects into custody. Thankfully, this ended peacefully.
Now, this was in the
seemingly without injuries.
Along Horseshoe Lake Road, North 111. And yeah, that would be, I believe, that's Madison County. Yeah. So that sums up this chase right here. They got two individuals.
Incredible work by the folks in Bomberito Automotive Skyfox. Thank you, Mr. Brubaker and Mr. Larson, for bringing us those images. That's what the morning commute looked like in the Metro East this morning. John, thankfully ended peacefully.
That's the way we like to see it end, without anybody getting injured.
A high-speed police chase into the city of St. Louis. The pursuit took place on Interstate 55, heading straight into the city center. The SUV continued speeding along Interstate 70 in North St. Louis. Multiple attempts were made by the police to stop the vehicle using spike strips, but the suspect still managed to evade them. Suddenly, on a small road, the vehicle came to a stop, and the police quickly subdued and arrested the suspect. The high-speed pursuit of a shooting suspect ended in Sunbury. Knowing he would face severe charges, the suspect drove a white car at high speed, ignoring the police chase. The police struggled to keep up with him. At an intersection, the suspect's car collided with another vehicle, forcing it to stop. The suspect quickly exited the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot. The police immediately gave chase, while other officers secured the scene.
Give me location. 3637. It's 130. Copy, it's 130. Copy, I copy that. 130. Okay, go ahead. Make it more than one medical van, another minivan here, we're going to have children. Copy.
292, do we have any suspects outstanding at this point?
Negative 50. I'm guilty. I have no routine, that's no shut down the ramp.
A Florida state trooper was involved in a high-speed chase with a suspect accused of felony battery and child abuse. Witness the tense moments as law enforcement pursues a dangerous individual, showcasing the bravery and dedication of the officers. After some time, the police managed to force the suspect's car off the road, causing it to lose control and crash into the sidewalk. The police immediately surrounded and arrested him, taking him to the station for processing.
highway.
No, put up behind you, bro.
Thank you for always accompanying the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Turn on notifications to continue enjoying the upcoming interesting videos. Goodbye and see you again soon.